There's something really strange about ambition. The life you've been praying for finally starts unfolding, and somehow you end up feeling further away from yourself. A few weeks ago, I remember sitting there and thinking, why do I feel so off right now? Life was so full, but I just didn't feel like myself. The good thing about marriage and partnership is you never have to do life alone. I explained it to my husband, Dell, and he really resonated with the way I was feeling. We had gotten so focused on trying to keep up with everything that we stopped paying attention to the things that usually help keep us grounded.
Good morning. Say back. Good morning, everyone. I'm trying so hard to find the joy in being up at like 7:30 in the morning right now to go grocery shopping, but I genuinely feel like that is the best prime time to go get your groceries because it's completely empty, especially when you like to go to really huge stores. I personally love to do my shopping at Wegmans. Sometimes we'll go get like, some very specific things at some international stores or some very specific things at like halal stores, some specific meats and stuff. But when it comes to groceries, especially when it comes to fresh groceries, Wegmans will always have my heart. But anyways, good morning, guys. I'm coming here early. Hopefully I don't have to fight somebody for some strawberries, but we have so much to reset that isn't just personal and goal-based. We have to reset the house. Like even yesterday, I should have honestly filmed and picked up the camera, but yesterday we went to go reset the car in a way. So there's so many layers into a reset that I feel like never really get talked about. And everybody is just always talking about their goals and where they want to be in 6 months, by the end of the year, whatever. But you also need to reset your space. So that is currently what we are going to go do. We have to pretty much do a full sweep when it comes to groceries. Dell typically just helps me like unload them and stuff, but I like shopping. I like walking around. I like dilly-dallying. I like wasting time. I like just walking, even if it's not for any reason. So if I'm walking and it's for a reason of me buying food, something I already love, of course I'm going to do it. So I personally like grocery shopping. I like clothes shopping. I like anything that involves me having to spend money. And I think it's a very bad habit that I'm getting into.
I do still find it strange that after just a while of being married, you start to think and feel the same things, but I think there can be a huge downside to being overly ambitious and wanting to chase every version of life. I've been loving this quote lately that says you can't do everything at 100% because when you're focused on your work, your goals, friends, family, and trying to do it all, naturally things are going to slip. And that's exactly where we found ourselves. And this month, as we were trying to do our reset, there were 5 areas that we really wanted to hone in on so that we felt realigned. And the very first place that we had to start was our physical health.
Hey guys, we are back. We are done grocery shopping. I feel like there's nothing more almost unnerving coming back and realizing you have spent so much money on groceries and you haven't even made a dent in the freaking backseat of your car. You guys saw the bags. You guys saw, there's like 3 bags in there. There's 3. I did not spend 3 bags worth of money. Granted, one of the bags is fully just meat, like literally just different types of meats that we can cook. And that's kind of how I grocery shop. I feel like I'm a very holistic eater. I feel like we're both kind of very holistic eaters. A lot of our food is very whole food, so like lots of fruits and veggies, but it's just like everything is so expensive nowadays. What the heck? When did this happen? So hopefully this will last us for the next couple of days.
The gym is a very, very tricky space, okay? I feel like once you stop going, 1 week starts turning into 2 weeks, and eventually your return starts feeling further and further away.
Okay guys, please excuse my current appearance. I just came back from my very first F45 class. Adele and I are trying to get back into the gym because we've been doing a lot of traveling, we've been doing a lot of movement, and we haven't been doing the correct movements, especially when it comes to our bodies. And I feel like we're both very fit individuals. We love working out, we love going to the gym, and so the past month has really just gotten away from us. It's gotten away from us, and so we're trying to get back into our gym routine, trying to find a gym nearby. Obviously, we just recently moved, so it's also hard just finding a gym when you are in a new space completely. And I was like, okay, let me try a workout class. Let me try this F45 class. Tell me why. We had 3 breaks in the span of 45 minutes. 3 breaks. We were doing non-stop circuits. I'm gonna go home. Like, I can't even breathe. I can't even think. There's no magnetic thing to hold up my camera, and I
Hello, hello. We are back. We are back home. Now we're just trying to get back into our daily routine. I woke up this morning, started off with a prayer, hit the gym. Haven't been to the gym in like a month. We've been traveling, we've been all over, so it was kind of hard to be consistent. But building back consistency. I'm going for my afternoon walk, getting some sun, and yeah, trying to relax, trying to take care of my body, take care of my mind, take care of my soul. I've been spending more time journaling, meditating, just like trying to dive deeper into the Word of God and trying to understand it. I'm going to the basketball court right there, and the verse of the day today is Proverbs 16:3, which says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." And that has been carrying me throughout the whole day. I came up with the list things that I want to commit to God, and I want Him to establish my plans, commit that to Him, and pray about it, and just waiting on God to show me how faithful He can be. So right now I'm supposed to be on a break, but I have a hard time, relaxing or not doing any work stuff. It's just a blessing and a curse.
And that is a very, very tough cycle to break. Find a way to get yourself back into the gym, but it really just boils down to the power of yanking your body back in. But once we get back into that routine, we realize that we weren't really missing the workouts. More so, we missed the discipline. We missed having structure in our mornings. We missed making a promise to ourselves the night before and feeling that reward of accomplishment and completing it.
Vámonos.
I'm about to finish up the rest of my walk, and I know I just went grocery shopping, but of course, I feel like as soon as you go grocery shopping, suddenly you realize I actually forgot this thing and this thing and this thing. So I'm gonna go pick up 2 more things that I forgot, finish up my podcast, and that's gonna be my little mental reset for now. Always a good walk with Jesus.
Lately, I've been trying to ask myself whether the way I'm eating, the way I'm purchasing groceries, is actually going to support the life that we want to build. If the very first thing that I have to drink in the morning is a cup of coffee, who is that really benefiting? Did I really not get any hours of sleep that I need an extra boost of caffeine? Good morning. I am at one of my favorite spots just to kind of soak in some sun. I'm trying to deepen my relationship with God, and so this is just one of my goals, to get out and to either journal or to read my word or to just sit and think about the world, think of the beauty of the world and how everything is created. And funny enough, I'm sitting on a rock right now, which is very symbolic just of life. I feel like life sometimes can get so busy, especially when you are either like very ambitious or you have a lot of goals. Life can get so busy that you forget what your priorities are, or you stop prioritizing them as much as you probably should, or you just don't place as much emphasis into it. So I feel like sometimes finding some space and some time like this will really help slow things down. And it's gorgeous out here. It's gorgeous. It's sunny. It's beautiful weather. And we have a beautiful God that we serve. It is a very, very hard mental decision every day. But once you get over that mental battle, you've gotten through the hardest hoop. My life constantly hangs in the balance, but I won't stop obeying your instructions. The wicked have set their traps for me, but I will not turn from your commandments. You are my treasure. They are my heart's delight. I am determined to keep your decrees to the very end. Another area that we wanted to be more strict in was the boundaries that we have with our phones. And honestly, I think when you're chasing a lot of things, it's really easy to convince yourself that you need to stay connected online and see everything at all times. You want to know what's happening, you want to answer all of the messages, and before you know it, every free moment is spent scrolling or just wasted away. I think we both realized we hadn't really been giving ourselves that much space in solitude. And if that's something that you struggle with, set a boundary for it. Dell and I started putting down times on our phone, typically around 10 p.m. to around 7 a.m., so that we make sure that we are actually asleep during those hours and getting our full 8 hours of sleep. And so that we also make sure that the very first thing we reach to grab in the morning is not our phone. So do that. Set social media limits that make it hard for you to overconsume, because the internet will happily take away every spare second you give it. Take away from your goals, but also take away from your marriage. And that can be very detrimental. For me, it started to feel like it was robbing away at every bit of my ambition and creativity. It made me so much more hesitant to actually go about my goals. And lately, I have been replacing that screen time with things that make me feel more present. And I found that my clearest thoughts happen when I put my phone down and go for a walk. I'll never be able to nurture and feed the ministry of my home if I can't take a second away from other people's.
This is Splendrift. This isn't the best sparkling water in my opinion, but
I don't want to try it.
Okay, it is the best then. It's the best, okay? In this
I'm
flavor.
only going to try the best.
Okay, this is the best. This is the best. Only the best for you, babe. Only the best for you. Yeah. I feel like this next season is like just about taking. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like this next, God is really calling us to slow down.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Like, it felt so good yesterday, like just relaxing.
Yeah. You don't do that often.
Yeah.
You don't give yourself a break often. That needs to be
I haven't relaxed since March.
That's what I keep telling you. Like, you need to take that time, because that's time for you to sharpen your knife, to sharpen yourself.
So what is this? Is this water?
Yes.
Flavored water?
It's flavored water. You like it. It grows on you, babe. Just give it a couple more times. I didn't start liking it till I worked at, and that's all they had. That's all they had, and so I was like, fine, let me try it. Suddenly, I was taking 3-4 in my bag to take them home with me. It grows on you.
Personally, when I start to feel overwhelmed, my first instinct is to try to figure it out myself. I'll start to add in a new routine, a better schedule, a better system, something that'll eventually make everything click back into place. But that is just not how life works. We realize that we need to slow down and remember what is important in this season that we are currently in. What is God asking of us right now? I think that's also what made me appreciate our monthly check-ins a little bit more.
We're just in a rush right now, right? So we're currently at his sister's graduation. Woo! Go ND! Why? We were inside, and I just came out to go grab my cameras and stuff because I didn't know the bag policy, so I wanted to be sure that, you know, whatever. So I came back to come grab all my cameras. I'm looking at my elbows. Why are my elbows white, babe? Babe! Why are my elbows white? Why are my elbows white? We will absolutely be discussing this in our weekly meeting, babe. I'm sorry. -1 point for letting me leave the house with ashy elbows. You know I don't like being ashy. Why would you do that to me?
We're at the library. We're currently just doing our weekly Sunday reset meeting. We try to do this every Sunday. We try to stay as consistent as we can, because having some like weekly meetings to catch up on how we've been doing on our yearly goals has been really helpful, just to see that we're actually, you know, progressing. And we also like to break things down in terms of, you know, small, more digestible pieces that we can be doing throughout the week, and then check in towards the end of the week to see how it plays into the larger scheme of everything. So earlier on, we had our larger like monthly review where we reviewed last month, we reviewed this month, what is to come, what we're expecting, what we're excited for. And then each week we'll do a little check-in to see how that's been going. So that's currently what we're about to do right now. He's about to get everything all nice and set up. And yeah. If you know me, I have never been the biggest fan of these 3-hour meetings, but I am really glad Della has instilled it into our daily, weekly, monthly routine. Doing that reset each month and intentionally checking in with each other has been so crucial to the growth of the both of us. We look back at some of the goals we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year and ask ourselves if we've actually been making progress in those goals. It's really hard to reflect towards the very end of the year if you haven't been actively tracking each month what you've been doing. You can regress sometimes in your goals, and that's a very bitter pill to swallow, but having this intentional time really helps keep us accountable. It's really easy to assume that you're on the same page when you're living life together every day, but these conversations give us a chance to actually slow down and make sure that we are still moving the same goalpost in the same direction. Okie dokie, y'all. We are pretty much about done with at least our finance meeting is completely done. We're kind of done. We're working through our weekly goal meeting, but the library's closing, so we gotta go. He's currently sunbathing. He said he's flushing out all the toxins that's in his body.
You'd be concerned when I walked in.
How are you doing this?
I feel like I'm gonna catch a wicked tan if I try to do this. I feel like you give people a balcony and they start acting ridiculous. But I'm just gonna clean up a little bit before we start getting ready for our friend's engagement party, which we're really excited for later this evening. He's gonna go get a haircut. I'm gonna go get dressed and showered in a few.
I think got too hot.
Did a lot today. Okay. Look at you getting on top of your game. If you don't do the steps of makeup, dress, well, really it's hair the night before. So like hair and curlers the night before, then you wake up, makeup, dressed, then you fix your hair again. That has to be the cadence that you go. That has to be the order, because any other way, you're gonna mess up either your hair, you're gonna mess up your makeup, you're gonna mess something up, and it's not gonna look right. So if that's not the order that you're going in, girl, you better than me, okay? Yes, like yes, this is exactly what I wanted. This is so good. Do you see that? Oh my gosh, that is so good. Okay, let me take off this scarf. I feel so Madonna. Every time I do my hair like this, I feel so Marilyn Monroe, Madonna-esque. I don't know what it is. I just feel so like video vixen. I don't know what a video vixen would have looked like, but I feel like she would have looked like this. I don't like when things like, because I already have a bubbly face, I don't like when things accentuate that. Please give us a little hair care routine.
I'm just using Kansu.
What are you gonna use?
I'm just trying to get the curls activated.
I introduced him to any kind of routine. Hair care routine, skin care routine. You're welcome. So you're gonna get curl activated. I'm glad you got that nice little line up.
Yeah.
Very handsome.
I'm glad I do it.
Yeah.
And the very last thing that I've been thinking about lately is how ambition has a very funny way to convince you that everything is important. I think being ambitious is one of the reasons that we have been able to accomplish a lot of the things that we have in life, but it does make you feel like every opportunity has to be answered with a yes. And what's really funny is that once we got tired, we started saying no to everything. We just didn't have the energy. It was maybe a solid 2 weeks where we would say no to every event, every opportunity. But then it got to a point where we started confusing being rested with being isolated, and it's just really hard to balance, guys. And so we started setting out some times during the weekend that we would intentionally do something that helps nourish our social battery. Everybody wants community, but community takes effort. Some things may take energy from you, but some things give energy back. So yeah, there's always gonna be things that slip in your life when things get busy, but you just need to come back to the core things that have been working all along. And yeah, maybe that's the downside of being overly ambitious, that you spend so much time looking ahead that you stop paying attention to the foundations that you were nurturing on your way there. So if you're feeling a little off lately, maybe feeling like you've kind of drifted away from yourself and your goals, I really hope that this video resonates with you, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.